What's up, everyone? You're tuned in to the Showstoppers podcast as part of the NGSC Sports Network with Alec and Bradley. Tonight's show, you're going to find out who our number one ranked prospect is in our prospect tier rankings, as well as we're going to break down Spencer Torkelson's hot start to the 2025 season and preview the weekend series for four teams: the Marlins, the Red Sox, the Rays. Yeah, that's four. Marlins, Red Sox, Rays.
I think you had the Reds, Bud, down, I think was what you had mentioned
In
earlier.
the Reds. In the Reds. Yep. But anyway, why don't we get into our prospect tier rankings? And as you see, I have them broken up into different colors. But we're going to start with our number 29 prospect, White Sox, left-handed pitcher. And it works the same way as it did last on Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. I will be putting these guys up in the tier list. My co-host will give you their stats. And we will both tell you when we think they're going to get called up. So our number 29 prospect is Noah Schultz, left-handed pitcher for the Chicago White Sox.
Noah was drafted in the 2022 draft. He signed a $2.8 million deal. He was the 26th overall pick. He worked 27 innings in his 2023 pro debut, but he did dealt with a flexor strain and shoulder issues. Now, he did reemerge healthy last year in spring training in the minor leagues, where he posted a 1.48 ERA and 73 strikeouts, 17 walks in 61 innings. In Double-A, he is currently in Double-A Birmingham. He has started 2 games. He is 0-0 with a 4 ERA, 9 innings pitched, 13 hits, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts. Not too bad. 4 ERA, it's still kind of young in the minor league schedule, so that definitely. And again, the White Sox, they're in that rebuilding era anyway, so I can't see why they wouldn't be calling him up soon, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he gets called up maybe September and then pushes for a roster spot next year. The White Sox have no business calling him up early in the season like some of the other teams call up their prospects.
Mm-hmm.
Our number 28 prospect is our second Rays prospect we are going to go over, and it is Braden Taylor.
Braden Taylor, he became the highest position player ever drafted in TCU history. That's Texas Christian, for people that don't know what that is. He was drafted in 2023, 19th overall by the Rays. He was the Midwest League's end-of-the-season All-Star in his first full season, hitting .269 with an on-base percentage of .389 and an OPS of .515, with 14 homers and 26 steals in 84 games in high A ball.
That is
in high A.
That's some gaudy stats right there.
He is one of 2 2020 players in the Tampa Bay system, alongside Carson Williams, which I believe we'll be talking about later on. Or we talking about him on?
Okay. No, we'll be talking about him later on. He's in the top 10.
So far this year in Double-A, he is in 9 hitting 182. His OPS is .270. His slugging percentage is .394. His OPS is .664. He has 4 runs, 33 at-bats, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 double, 2 homers, 5 RBIs, 4 walks, and 15 strikeouts with 1 stolen base.
I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something real quick about Braden Taylor before you chime in. I think he's obviously the Rays have no reason to rush him to the big leagues. You got Brandon Lau at second base.
And they also have the Korean kid they picked up during the offseason too.
Hassan Kim.
Yeah, so they don't really have to rush him up.
Well,
Unless
Braden Taylor's his third baseman and second baseman, so he's blocked at third base.
Yeah, with Junior. Yep.
And there's absolutely zero chance the Rays would trade Caminero.
Correct. Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe down the line you move Caminero to second base after Lau gets traded, or they don't pick up his his player option. But on to number 27, and that is Andrew Painter of the Phillies.
So Andrew Painter actually plays for the Clearwater Threshers, who I have the option of covering. Pretty cool. Did not know that until I had the luxury of looking him up today. He was drafted in 2021 by the Phillies. He reached Double A in 2022.
I believe he's on a rehab assignment, though.
Yeah, I believe he is. There was another Philly that was up with them too, Weston something. He was up on a rehab assignment as well.
Weston Wilson.
Yes, he was. I got to see him the other day. He had Tommy John surgery that kept him off the mound for most of 2023 and 2024. His heater has touched miles an hour, average 97. So far, he is in Clearwater with the Threshers. He's one game 0-1 with a 13.50 ERA, 1 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 home run, 3 walks so far. But again, if he's on a rehab assignment, he will be out there every once in a while. But I mean, it's not going to be anything major if they're trying to bring him back up to. I mean, if he's going to be with the Threshers for a while, I'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah, the Phillies have said that it's. I heard from. I don't remember their GM's name. I think it's. Is it Dombrowski?
I think it's their GM.
Whoever their GM is said that he should be back. He should be making his Phillies / Major League debut by like June or July.
Okay.
Our number 26 prospect is Marlins catching prospect Agustin Ramirez. I believe I said that right. My co-host can correct me if I did not say that right.
That's correct, bud. That's correct. Ramirez landed the largest bonus given to a Dominican catcher in the 2018-2009 international class, signing a $400,000 deal with the New York Yankees. His career started slowly. He spent 3 years in rookie ball, lost 2020 to the pandemic, but he broke out with 18 homers while advancing from single A to double A in 2023, where he recorded a rare 2020 season for a catcher. Last year with 25 homers, 22 steals between double A and triple A, and went to the Marlins in July as a main prospect in the Jazz Chisholm Jr. trade. So that's why he's now with the Marlins. He is currently in Jacksonville. He started 16 games, 57 at-bats. His batting average is .263. His on-base percentage is .333. Slugging percentage .474. His OPS is .807. He's got 9 runs, 15 hits, 6 doubles, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, 7 walks, and 16 strikeouts so far for the AAA team in Jacksonville for the Florida Marlins.
The Miami Marlins.
Excuse me. So used to saying Florida.
So am I. I don't know why they changed, but so that was number 26. Number 25 is another catching prospect. with the San Diego Padres, Ethan Salas. And before my co-host gets to his stats, he does have a brother that happens to be in the Marlins system. And
Cool.
Andrew Salas.
Ethan was the number 1 international prospect in 2023. He signed with the Padres for a $5.6 million contract. He was age 17 when he joined their Single A franchise, with stops in High A and Double A before a right knee sprain ended his season early. He returned in 2024, finished with a batting average of 206.
Yikes.
And 4 homers and 100. As of right now, he's started 9 games. He's hitting 179 with an on base percentage of 333, slugging 179, OPS 512. He's had 4 runs on 5 hits. Let's see, 5 RBIs, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 2 stolen bases so far for Ethan.
And I believe he's still a teenager.
Yeah, I think but he, like I said, he's in Double A right now in San Antonio. I think that's the. Is that right? Did I read that right? I just want to make sure I read that right. San Antonio. Yep, San Antonio. So that's where the Double A affiliate for the Padres is currently housed.
Our number 24 prospect is Mets right-handed pitcher Brandon Sproat. And fun little backstory here. Me and my co-host were talking about before the show, pre-show, we were talking about how I had read an article that the Mets might be calling up Brandon Sproat to start this weekend. But we'll see.
So Sproat was picked in the 3rd round of the 2022 draft. I'm sorry. He actually is a rare 2-time pick by the same organization. He chose not to sign in 2022. He was picked again by the Mets and signed him to a $1.4 million contract after striking out 134 and 106 and a third innings in Florida in 2023. He is currently pitching AAA Syracuse for the Mets, and he has started 3 games. He's 0-1 with a 5.23 ERA, 10 and a third innings pitched, 6 hits, 7 walks, 11 strikeouts. So not too shabby. Again, like my co-host said, he could be getting called up by the Mets by this weekend. I would give the kid a shot. What do you have to lose? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Montas is out. You're without Montas. You're without Manaea. Clay Holmes has been what would you say, shocking surprise how good he's been as a starter?
Yeah. Definitely a surprise. Not probably one of the guys of us having as good as a year as he's had so far at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Our number 23 prospect is the first Guardians prospect we've talked about, and it is Travis Bazana, one of the 2 Australian players that plays in the major league, that's in professional baseball in the States.
That is correct. Bazana played at Oregon State, where he earned all freshman American honors in 2022 when he set the school record with 36 steals. He won the Cape Cod League MVP award and a batting title, hitting .375 the following year. That was merely a prelude to 2024, where he hit .407 with an on-base percentage of .568, slugging of .911, ranking 2nd in NCAA Division I in on-base percentage. That's amazing. He was signed number 1 overall by the Guardians, and in 21 games, he made his pro debut in High A. He is currently in Double A Arkansas. He has 10 games so far. He's hitting 293. His OBP is 369, slugging 537, OPS 933. He's had 9 runs on 12 hits, 1 walk, 3 triples, 1 homer, 7 RBIs, 6 walks, and 12 strikeouts, and 2 stolen bases. So the stats just keep getting better and better as I get further across my notes. Kid.
Our number 22 prospect is another White Sox prospect, Kyle Teal, and my co-host probably knows him well because he used to be in a Red Sox system.
Yes, that's in my notes, but yeah, he was taken. He attended Virginia, developed into the best backstop in the 2023 draft after 3 years with the Cavaliers, winning ACC Player of the Year honors. Surprisingly, falling to the Red Sox at number 14. He reached Double-A at the end of his pro debut and then Triple-A by the end of last year. Then went to the White Sox as the best of 4 traded for Garrett Crochet in the winter meetings in December. He's currently in Triple-A. He's had 16 games. He's at 196 batting average, 382 OPS, slugging 393. His OPP is 382. His OPS is 721. He's had 56 at-bats, 8 runs, 11 hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers, 9 RBIs, 11 strikeouts, 11 walks, 21 strikeouts, and 1 stolen base so far for Mr. Teal.
Our number 21 prospect is another Rays prospect, Xavier Isaac, first baseman.
Isaac was one of the surprises of the 2022 draft when he went 29th overall to the Rays. Tampa Bay officials insisted his bat speed and power would transition nice to the pros. That proved true when the first baseman slugged 19 homers and finished with a 916 OPS in 112 games in Single-A and High-A in his first full season. Isaac got a quick start in 2024, hitting 287 with 15 homers in 71 games. Back at High-A, he struggled after an August promotion to Double-A Montgomery, but he is currently in Montgomery in Double-A. He's 2 games. He's hitting 333 with an on-base percentage of 500. Looking at 667, his OPS is 1.167 with 6 at-bats, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 doubles, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. I could see him coming up. I know, I think Jonathan Aranda, I think, is playing first base, right, for you guys?
It's kind of a platoon. It's Aranda some days it's Curtis Mead, and every so often it's Yandy.
Okay.
I could see Yandy getting traded, honestly.
Yeah, that he might be one of those deadline guys that they move.
Like they did last year if they're out of it, which I don't think they will be. I think the AL East is up for grabs.
I agree.
So he was our number 21 prospect. Number 20 is our first Reds prospect we're going to talk about, and the only Reds prospect we're going to talk about today, in Chase Petty of the Cincinnati Reds, right-handed pitcher.
Chase Petty was a standout in the New Jersey high school system. Pure throw who lit up guns at 100 miles an hour, despite being undersized. The Twins put that arm strength at the number 26 overall. He wasn't there very long. He would just get going in his first spring training when he went to the Reds in the Sonny Gray deal. He earned a promotion. His 3 seasons in pro ball, even with a careful workload in 2023, following minor elbow issues. He did pitch 130 innings in Triple-A, where he is currently now in Triple-A Louisville. He's at 3 games. He's 0-1 with a 5.11 ERA. He has pitched 12 and a third innings, 15 hits, 1 homer, 5 walks, 12 strikeouts so far for Petty.
Our number 19 prospect is Red Sox right-handed pitcher Hunter Dobbins. Left-handed pitcher Hunter Dobbins. And my co-host probably knows him well since he's a Red Sox fan.
Yes, he logged 46 in the third innings in 3 years at Texas Tech. He was drafted by the Red Sox in 2021 in the 8th round. He had Tommy John surgery in July. They named him their minor league starting pitcher of the year, added him to their 40-man roster last year. He led the system with 3.08 ERA between AA and AAA. He is currently pitching in AAA. Well, I've got MLB things for him too. He's had 1 start with the Red Sox with a 3.60 ERA in 5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So
yes,
I don't know if
he made it. I believe he made a start last year for the Red Sox, but he didn't pitch enough.
This says 2025, so this is this year. This is off of MLB. Now he has pitched 2 games in their AAA system, so I don't know if he's was called up for 1 game and then sent back down. I don't know. That's a good question.
I would assume so, since it says 1 start.
Yeah, 1 start. Yep.
So he's still eligible to be a prospect. He is not graduated yet. I think you have to pitch 30 and a third innings as a pitcher to graduate from rookie status.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
Obviously he's still a rookie. That was number 19. Our number 18 prospect is Oriole, and it is Dylan Beavers, outfielder of the Baltimore Orioles. Our first of 2 Orioles prospects we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, Beavers gained comparisons to Christian Yelich at Cal. He was a toolsy outfielder, top performer before Baltimore snagged him in the 2022 draft. Let's see here. In his 2 years in pro ball, he's paired 26 homers with 64 steals. He had a not so great 2024, and he is currently in AAA hitting in 16 games, he's hitting 246 with an on base percentage of 371, slugging percentage of 368. OPS is 757. He's had 57 at bats, 13 runs, 14 hits, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, 12 walks, 23 strikeouts so far for Beavers.
That is our number 18 prospect. Number 17 is a guy that almost made the opening day roster for the Angels. Second base prospect, Christian Moore.
Christian Moore. He hit well in his first 2 years at Tennessee with 27 home runs combined, but exploded as a junior, smashing a school record 34 homers while leading all Division I players with 111 hits and helping the Volunteers win their first national championship. Barf. He went number 8 overall with the Angels. My co-host knows why. My co-host is laughing because he knows why I just did that. So far, he's a double A right now. He's at 100. His batting average is 167. On base percentage is 265. Slugging 200. His OPS is 465. He's had 30 at bats, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, 5 RBIs, 4 walks, 13 strikeouts so far for him this year. So,
our number 16 prospect, if I can get myself together. Our number 16 prospect is Marlins first baseman. Davis De Los Llanos.
De Los Santos signed with the Diamondbacks for $200,000 out of the Dominican in 2019. Broke out 3 years later when he won the Single-A California League batting title, hitting .329, totaling 22 homers between 3 levels, and reached Double-A at age 19. He left unprotected after struggling back in Double-A in 2023. He went to the Guardians in the Rule 5 draft and then rejoined the D-backs in March, then became a Marlin in trade for A.J. Puk, P-U-K, I think it's how I'm
Puck.
pronouncing it.
AJ Puck.
Last July. He is currently in AAA Jacksonville. 15 games. He's hitting .250. His on-base percentage is .333. Slugging is .288. His OPS is .621. He's had 4 runs on 13 hits, 2 doubles, 6 RBIs, 7 walks, 23 strikeouts, and 2 stolen bases so far for De Los Santos.
Our number 15 prospect is Cardinals left-handed pitcher Quinn Matthews. And this is the first of 2 Cardinals prospects we are going to talk about.
Matthews was actually picked originally in 2022 in the 19th round by the Rays and decided to head back to Stanford for his senior year. He helped them reach the Super Regionals in Texas. 2023, when he came up, he became thus becoming the only second minor league pitcher with at least 200 strikeouts in a single year since 2011. He finished with a 2.76 ERA. He is currently, I believe, in AAA Memphis. He started 3 games. He's 0-2 with a 6.13 ERA. He's given up 11 hits, 2 homers, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts so far this season in the minor leagues.
That was our number 15 prospect. Number 14 is Jack Caglione, first base prospect for the Royals, who I don't know why he's in Double-A. He mashed during spring training, but here are his stats as produced by my co-host.
Well, I have to give him a lot of credit because he's a Florida Gator, and I got to watch a lot of his highlights. But yes, 2024, he won the John Olerud Award as a two-way center out of Florida, hitting 68 homers combined over the 2023-2024 season, while flirting with triple digits as a pitcher. His bat took the biggest step forward in his draft years. He slashed .419 with 35 home runs, 26 strikeouts in over 66 games. The Royals took him 6th overall before signing him to a $7.5 million deal. Okay, so let's see. So he's a two-way guy. But my co-host is right. He is in Double-A. He's been in 11 games. He's hitting .244. His on-base percentage is .321, slugging .489. His OPS is .810. 45 at-bats, 9 runs, 11 hits, 2 doubles, 3 homers, 15 RBIs, 6 walks, 13 strikeouts so far for the former Florida Gator.
Our number 12 ranked prospect is our second Cardinals prospect we're going to talk about today. Shortstop J.J. Weatherholt.
Weatherholt had a breakout year West Virginia as a sophomore when he won the Division I batting title, hitting .449. That's pretty good. Pretty good. He had solid turns with Team USA and Chatham on Cape Cod. That's the Cape Cod League. He set to highly followed junior. Hamstring issues kept him out of a full spring. He still hit .331 with 8 home runs in that time frame. He is currently in Double-A. He has started in 10 games, being .341. His on-base percentage is .429. Slugging is .512. His OPS is .941. He's had 10 runs on 14 hits, 4 doubles, 1 homer, 8 RBIs, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 1 stolen base.
Our number 12 prospect is Twins outfield prospect Walker Jenkins.
Walker Jenkins is one of the biggest winners in the lottery, determined the top of the 2023 draft, making a large jump to be nabbed the number 5 overall pick by the Twins. He had a 988 OPS during his pro debut, but a quad strain slowed him down. He is currently in Double-A. He's had 2 games so far. He's hitting 125. His on base is also 125. His slugging is 125. His OPS is 250. He's only had 1 hit and 2 strikeouts in his shortened Double-A so far for that young man.
Our number 11 prospect and my co-host's favorite prospect, Pirates right-handed pitcher Bubba Chandler.
Bubba Chandler. Yep, he signed. He was a 3rd-round pick in the 2021 draft by the Pirates. Let's see here. He developed into one of the best pitching prospects in baseball, reaching AAA last year. Chandler adapted well. He is currently, his pitches are usually, looks like his fastball, slider, and his changeup. He's in AAA right now. He started 3 games. He's got an 0-0 record with a 1.69 ERA. Wow. 10 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 homer, 5 walks, 18 strikeouts. His whip is 0.84. Pretty good. That's pretty good. I could see him being called up very soon for the Pirates.
I think what I heard is the Pirates are waiting until like June to call him up.
For June? Okay.
Our number 10 prospect is Cubs right-handed pitching prospect Cade Horton.
Cade Horton is one of the best 2-way prospects and 2-sport athletes. He also played football and baseball at Oklahoma. He never made it on the gridiron as a quarterback with the Sooners. He had Tommy John surgery in February 2021. He returned and dominated on the mound in 2022, leading Oklahoma to a runner-up finish in the College World Series before signing with the Cubs as the 7th overall pick with a $4.45 million contract. He made his pro debut in 2023. He got the AAA, and he is currently in AAA playing in Iowa. He's had 3 games, 3 starts. He's 1-1 with a 1.46 ERA, 12 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 homer, 10 walks, 18 strikeouts. His whip is 1.22. So he's doing very well. And
he's working his way toward a promotion.
Promotion picks. Yep, I would agree with that.
Our number 9 prospect is the second Nationals prospect we've talked about in the last 2 days. It is another guy that might be in their outfield soon enough. Robert Bob Hassel.
Hassel was one of the top.
Wait, and he's not 1, not 2. He's a 3rd generation.
Yes, he went 8th overall to the Padres, and then he was traded to Washington. Let's see.
For Juan Soto, I believe.
Correct. Hassel was added to the 40-man roster in the offseason because Washington still believes he could be a piece of their future alongside James Wood and Dylan Cruz. He is currently in AAA. He's had 14 games so far, hitting .255. His on-base percentage is .305. Slugging percentage is .309. His OPS is .614. He's had 8 runs on 14 hits, 3 doubles, 3 RBIs, 4 walks, and 15 strikeouts with 5 stolen bases.
Our number 8 prospect is the second of 3 race prospects we are going to talk about today, and it is shortstop prospect Carson Williams.
Carson Williams joined the Rays out of high school at the 28th overall pick in the 2021 draft. He didn't need long to put his stamp in the pro ball, hitting 19 homers and 28 steals in the Carolina League. He went to single A Charleston the next year. In 2024, he hit 256 with 20 homers and 33 steals in 115 games for the Double A Montgomery Biscuits. And he is currently, I believe he's in Triple A with Durham. He is. He's at 16 games, 49 at-bats. He's hitting 184. His on-base percentage is 344. Slugging is 306. His OPS is 650. He has had 7 runs on 9 hits, 1 double, 1 triple, 1 homer, 4 RBIs, 11 walks, 23 strikeouts for Mr. Williams.
Our number 7 prospect is right-handed pitching prospect from the Philly system, Mick Abold. What a name.
Abel. Yeah. He was taken in the middle of the first round of the shortened draft, obviously because of the pandemic. He struggled with his command, but was able to get it fixed. He returned to AAA in 2024 with the Phillies, got into the 40-man roster during the off season. He's at the age of 23. He's currently in AAA with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, and I know that because I wrote an article about the Threshers. He's had 3 games, 3 starts. He's 1-2 with a 3.94 ERA. 16 innings pitched, 18 hits, 2 homers, 6 walks, 18 strikeouts, and his WHIP is 1.50.
Abold what are you able to do for me, Mick? No pun intended. Sorry, I had to go there, Phillies fans. Our number 6 prospect is the second Oriole we were going to talk about today, and the last one. Catcher / first base prospect, Samuel Bossalo. I believe that's how you say it. I've heard people pronounce it different ways, so.
Bossalo was one of the first picks by general manager Mike Elias when he took over as
Elias.
He signed a $1.3 million bonus in 2021. 2024 season, at the age of he got to the 2024. He was 19 years old. He represented the Orioles in the Futures game. He's currently in AAA. He's at 7 games, 20 at bats. He's hitting 250. His on base percentage is 318. Slugging is 550. His OPS is 868. He has had 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Not too shabby.
No. Our number 5 prospect is our second Red Sox prospect we've talked about today. And that would be Mr. Roman Anthony, outfield prospect for the Red Sox. And I had the pleasure of watching the spring breakout, and him, Marcelo Meyer, and a guy that's on their roster right now, Christian Campbell, all hitting home runs.
Anthony entered his Florida high school senior season in 2022, known for as a slugger, as he crushed a 450-foot home run during the high school All-American game at Coors Field. The Red Sox did sign him as the late first round for $2.5 million. He did hit 344 with 16 extra base hits, 35 games, being promoted to AAA, where now 13 games so far with 46 at bats. He's hitting 283. His on base percentage is 41. Slugging 500. His OPS is 941. He's had 8 runs, 13 hits, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, 13 walks, and 15 strikeouts with 1 stolen base. I think a lot of people thought that he should have been up with the big club when they started this year. So I've got a funny feeling that 9 times out of 10, you're going to see him up very, very soon.
Our number 4 ranked prospect is our third of 3 Rays we are going to talk about today, and it is personally my favorite. It is left-handed pitching prospect Joe Rock. What a name.
Joe Rock was undrafted out of high school. Had an excellent junior season at Ohio University. He wondered if he was on the brink of the big leagues. He was shipped from the Rockies to the Rays in March of last year with 2019 first-round pick Greg Jones. Rock spent the whole season in AAA, posting a 4.58 ERA over 27 innings before being added to the Rays' 40-man roster. He is currently pitching for the Durham Bulls. 3 games, 3 starts. He's 0-1 with a 3.38 ERA, 16 innings, 14 hits, 3 homers, 4 walks, 16 strikeouts with a whip of 1.13.
Our number 3 prospect is Diamondbacks shortstop prospect Jordan Lawler. And I'm going to say this. I thought when they lost Ketel Marte, I thought he was going to be the one called up and not Tim Tawa. But here's my co-host with Jordan Lawler's stats.
He was the 6th overall pick, in the 2021 draft by the Diamondbacks. He was an all-star in the Futures game. He had a hamstring injury, limited to only 23 minor league games last year, not appearing in the show. He is currently in AAA, 17 games. He's hitting 288, 390 on base percentage, 515 slugging, 905 OPS, 66 at bats, 16 runs, 19 hits, 6 doubles, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, 9 walks, 22 strikeouts, and 4 stolen bases so far in the young man's career so far this year.
Our number 2 prospect is White Sox left-handed pitcher, and our third White Sox I believe we've talked about today. Yes, it is Hagen Smith. So we've talked about 3 White Sox, 3 Rays, 2 Marlins, a Padre, a Reds prospect, Mets, Guardians. So we've sprinkled in a little bit of everybody.
Hagen Smith missed his entire junior season while recovering from Tommy John surgery. That retained a tie at the Texas record with 7 no-hitters in 2021. So that's pretty good. He was strong commit to Arkansas, where he reemerged as a pitching prospect in 2024. He was the SEC Pitcher of the Year. His strikeout rate was 17.3 per 9 innings. That led the nation in average. The White Sox took him 5th overall. He signed an $8 million deal with them, and Hagen is currently in AA Birmingham. He's had 2 games he started. He's 0-0 with a 5.79 ERA, 4 2/3 inning pitched.
I believe it's Birmingham.
Birmingham?
Yeah, I believe it's the Birmingham Barons.
Correct. I think that's the team that Michael Jordan played for when he went and played baseball. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not know, Michael Jordan did play baseball. 12 strikeouts. His whip is 1.071.
And drum roll, please. It is time to unveil our number 1 prospect. It is Red Sox shortstop prospect Marcelo Meyer.
Marcelo Meyer. He landed the 4th overall pick in 2021. He is the earliest since 1967. He played in California Prep shortstop. Lived up to his expectations. He signed a $6.6 million contract, but only played 246 games in 3 pro seasons. Had some wrist, shoulder, and back ailments. At age 21, he did /307 batting average in Double-A. He's a solid left-handed hitter. He is currently in Triple-A. 12 games so far. He's hitting 200 with an his on base percentage is 231. Slugging is 320. OPS is 551. He's had 50 at bats, 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 homers, 10 RBIs, 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts, 1 stolen base.
And ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our prospect tier rankings. If you want to see the first half of our prospect tier rankings, that video is down in the description.
Mm-hmm.
Next order of business is us talking about Spencer Torkelson's hot start to 2025, and my co-host has Spencer Torkelson's stats lined up.
Pull them up right here. Go. Okay. So he is the first baseman with the Detroit Tigers. He is currently hitting, 273, 66 at bats, 14 runs, 18 hits, 13 RBIs. Jeez Louise. He's tearing the cover off the ball. Holy cow. Okay.
Do you think there's any chance he maybe watches the show in his free time? And he heard me talking about him in the preseason?
He might be. He's got 6 homers so far this season. His on base percentage is 367. His OPS is 988. Yeah, he's raking it right now for the Tigers. That's good. That's a good thing for Detroit.
It is, especially since they've had a few injuries. Gleyber Torres. Hey, Spencer, leave a comment on this episode if you are watching the podcast or if you have watched any of the previous episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And next, we are going to preview the weekend series for the Rays, the Red Sox, the Reds, and the Marlins. We start with the Rays, and they start a 4-game set tonight with the Yankees. And it's Josh Bradley against Will Warren. How many games do you think the Rays won in this series? Can they sweep New York?
I would
or
say
is that
that's
a stretch?
I would say 3 out of 4, bud. I'm going to say they'll take 3 out of 4. They're hot. This is weird that the Yankees are playing as a visitor in their spring training field that they do their spring training. It's weird that they are the opposing team, that they're the team that's coming in. But I could see them take 3 out of 4 from the Yankees.
I like the advantages we have the first 3 games. If you look at the Rays side, Bradley, Rasmussen, and Boz.
Yeah.
No knock on Pepio. But he's going up against Fried.
Yeah, Max Fried. Yep.
And then if you look at, they play the Diamondbacks Tuesday night, and you look at those 3. You look at all 3 of the starters in that series: Bradley, Littell, Bradley, and Rasmussen. I think the Rays can take 2 out of 3 there.
Yep, I agree.
I don't feel confident about that first game. Brandon Pfaadt has looked just ridiculous.
And they have to travel out west. So that's another thing too. You got to travel out to it's not out west, but it's in Arizona. So yeah.
And now we are going to go look at the Red Sox upcoming weekend series, and I believe it's
the White Sox.
Yep, and it's a 3-game set with the 4-game set with the White Sox.
4 games against the Chicago White Sox. Yep.
Oh, and yes, Hunter Dobbins is in the big leagues.
Oh, there he is. Yep. Okay, there he is, right there. He's starting tomorrow night in Game 1. Okay.
And we just ranked him in our rankings, so
Yeah. So we can take him out of there if you want to put somebody else in there, bud. You could do that. I know the Red.
I will once he exhausts all of his. Like
Yeah.
I said, I think it's 32 and a third or something like that you have to pitch as a pitcher to lose your rookie eligibility.
Right.
And I think it's 60 or 70 innings you have to pitch to graduate from being a prospect. So next time we do the rankings, there's a good chance if Hunter Dobbins is still with the Red Sox that he will not be in our rankings. But I can see the Red Sox returning the favor and taking 3 out of 4 from Chicago.
I was going to say the exact same thing. They played kind of horribly against the White Sox in Chicago, so I could see them taking 3 out of 4 from the Pale Hosers in this time around.
So then we get to team number 3 out of 4. It's the Marlins. And the Marlins did make a trade today. They traded Jonah Bride to the. They traded him, but I forgot who they traded him to. I think it was.
Let's see here. You say Jonah Bride?
Yes. Let me pull up.
Bride is to the Twins. To
Okay,
Minnesota.
that I thought so. The Twins. I don't. They play the Phillies, obviously, but before we talk about that, I don't get that trade at all. The Twins are just as bad as the Marlins.
What did they get? What did they get back in return?
Cash considerations.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So basically a salary dump, I guess.
Could be.
So they play the Phillies starting tomorrow. They're going to get swept.
Yes, I agree.
Sorry to say that, Marlins fans, but you're going to get swept by Philadelphia. And then they play the Reds. I think they get swept by the Reds too.
I do too.
Speaking of the Reds, funny enough, we say the Reds. That's the next team we are going to preview. Their next 6 games. We did it for the other 3 teams. So the Reds have a 3-game set in Baltimore and then that 3-game set in Miami. You know what? The Henderson's back for the Orioles, but I could see the Reds taking 2 out of 3 from Baltimore.
I was going to just say the same exact thing, but we already talked about them sweeping the Marlins. Yeah, but I could see them taking 2 out of 3. Baltimore's still trying to find their footing, hear or say. They haven't found it yet. It's kind of weird that they're in the basement of the AL East right now, and Toronto's in second place. So, yeah.
Yeah, they take 2 out of 3 from Baltimore, so that makes it 2-1. Then they go on and sweep the lowly Marlins.
They might sweep the Rockies too.
Yeah, so that would make we will get to a segment we like to call "What Are We Going to Talk About Tuesday night when we open the show," and that leads us to that segment. What are we going to open Tuesday's show talking about? I will let you go first.
I would love to talk about the Rays possibly sweeping the Yankees. That would be a great way to open the show, even if they take 3 out of 4, because I think me and my co-host can both agree that we do not like the Yankees. So it would
we don't like the Yankees. We don't like their fan base.
It would be kind of cool to see them lose 3 out of 4 or get swept by the Rays, who have single-handedly taken over their home. Their triple stadium is now their home. So, yes, I would say that. I would say Ellie De La Cruz with the Reds. I think they're playing Baltimore. Look for him to be quick, and then them going to Miami to play the Marlins. So, yeah, I could see those two things.
I
Definitely.
think what we're going to be talking about Tuesday is a guy that we haven't really talked about because he's on the Athletics, and no, I know what who everybody's gonna think it is. It's not Brett Rooker. It is Tyler Soderstrom, the aforementioned home run leader. Yes. Let me say that again. Home run leader. Feels weird saying that. In Oakland, leading the league in home runs early in the season. Yes, folks, I understand they're playing in a minor league ballpark. Mm-hmm. But still, that's kind of crazy. Or we might talk about, like Bradley said, the Rays sweeping the Yankees. Or maybe an outside chance Nationals calling up either Brady House or Robert Hassel. Because they did have somebody go on the injured list the other day in Paul DeYoung, who I don't recommend watching the video if you get squeamish. He got hit in the face with a pitch. And I think he lost a couple teeth. So, as we always say when somebody gets hurt, speedy recovery. Our prayers go out to you, Paul DeYoung. And they did recall Trey Lipscomb from AAA, but I got to think that's just a stopgap.
Probably.
Until Brady House is ready. Because like the Marlins, the Nationals are further along in their rebuild. But I still don't think they want to rush prospects up to the big leagues.
I agree.
And I tell you one guy on the Nationals that's playing for his job right now with Robert Hassel in AAA, Jacob Young, the center fielder. I feel like he's playing for his job. If he struggles and Robert Hassel all of a sudden starts to get hot at AAA, I think it's just a snap of a finger and they call up Robert Hassel. And ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, you can now find this podcast on Spotify and on the NGSC website.
Sure.
On Spotify, it is very easy to listen to the audio version of this podcast. All you do is search up the Showstoppers podcast. And when football season comes around, we will have the newly renamed Helmet to Helmet College Football podcast, where we will be covering college football, obviously, and we will also be taking that podcast in 2026 to Ann Arbor, Michigan for the Michigan-Oklahoma game.
Looking forward to that.
And in 2027 to Knoxville, Tennessee, to a game that has yet to be determined. Because we need to look at the schedule in 2027 to see where we can go. We will also take feedback from everybody in the comment section of this episode. But that is going to... And also, I will be hopping on the Walker Report tonight with Bradley to talk about WrestleMania. Make sure to go over and give his channel a subscribe. It is the Walker Report. I will be on there at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yes, you. Looking forward to it.
But, ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap up tonight's episode of the Showstoppers podcast with Bradley and Alec. We will see everybody back here on Tuesday.
Good night, everybody.